Guys, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, that is Shirley from EastEnders on my Christmas tree. I absolutely love Christmas. As a child, it was a time filled with wonder. And as an adult, it's 2 weeks where I do nothing but drink, eat great foods, and drill video games. There's not many other times throughout the year that you can tie so heavily to fond memories, whether that be fresh memories created recently or old ones from when you were growing up. The time you couldn't contain your excitement for gifts under the tree, through to the time you had one too many Christmas brownies and whited on your mate's sofa whilst playing genital jousting. That's why today I bring you VGT Asks Episode 6, the Christmas Special. This is Video Game Therapy, I am VGTR, and today's question is, what is your most cherished Christmas video game memory?
So first question you might ask is, why am I sat on the floor? Well, there's a good reason. It's a bit hectic in my house at the minute. We've got wrapping paper all over the place. We're moving furniture about. So I'm just making do with what I've got. But as you can see, and here, Christmas means a lot to me as it does to everybody else. And what it specifically means to me usually is new consoles, new games, new peripherals. And the story I want to talk about specifically is when I got my first Game Boy SP. So for a bit of context, portable gaming was always pretty special for me. I just really used to like playing in the car, like playing in bed, and or like playing when you're traveling, when you go on holiday and stuff. So it was always really cool for me to just play on the go and just play when you want, rather than sat in front of the TV and that. And yeah, it was about 2001 to 2003. I remember it was early years of high school. So my asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I said a Game Boy SP. So like, right, I'll take you to Argos, we'll get that. So I was seeing in the catalogue, it's like, there's a deal, you can get a free game with it or whatever. So I was trying to choose between Pokemon Ruby and Super Mario World 3. That's the one where you get the Tanuki suit. I've never played that game before because I think I was a bit too young for a NES, so that'd been remade on the Game Boy. And anyway, I had to choose between those two games. So I went to Argos in Leeds, and we took a little token to the till or whatever, and then we got to till, and then it was like, the guy said, oh well, what games do you want? So yeah, still finding it hard to choose. I ended up just picking Pokemon Ruby, and he's like, well, what else? I was like, oh no, only one game, it's enough as it is, Mum said I could have one game, so that's what I'm getting, I'll get Pokemon Ruby. And he was like, no, there's a special deal on. There's a special deal on where you get 3 free games. And I looked at him like, you what? He's like, yeah, you can pick 2 more games for free. And my mum was like, are you sure about this? So the guy was like, yeah. And he didn't sound very certain. So he called his manager, and his manager came over and she's like, yeah, it's free games. And my little child mind was blown. I couldn't handle what was going on. I was like, I've gone from getting just Pokemon Ruby to getting like 2 extra free games. So obviously I got Mario World 3 as well, but then in my haste, it was like, what other game do you want? And I just like got all flustered and panicked. I was like, oh, I don't know. So I just picked anything. And I'm picking Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, which, by the way, is a bag of hot garbage. But again, for me, it was just such a special moment. Again, my mum always enabling my gaming habits when I was young, and 2 free games from nothing. And yeah, Pokemon Ruby, loved it. Super Mario World 3, loved it. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, well, it was free, wasn't it?
Get a load of this festive swag, eh? Woo, look at that. How you doing, VGT viewers? It's Ben Random here, representing for Pop Cult Chic, and I've been asked to share with you all my favourite Christmas gaming memory of a present, and it's quick, easy, simple. What it was probably when I was about 9 or 10. I never really saw a Christmas present really, but if I was going to get something, it was always along like the trainer vibe, because my mum knew that I liked my kicks. So what she did is she hustled me, she got me trainer box. It was Reebok trainer box. It was like a Hexalite back in the day, yeah? And as I opened it up expecting to see them in there, what lit up like Marcellus Wallace's soul in Pulp Fiction, as I opened it up, it was a Sega Mega Drive, 16-bit in all its badness. So I loved it, and I loved my mum for that, and it was sick. That stands out, and that is the one right there. So I want to say Merry Crimbo to you all, and here's to a happy new year, because it's got to be better than this one, hasn't it? Blue my neck. Peace and light to you and yours, man. Bless.
My most cherished gaming Christmas memory. It's actually quite a recent memory, 2018 to be exact. Wow, this is cursed. Every single time I go to record a video for VGT Asks, my cats rise from their sleeping slumbers and decide they want to fight in this room. Stop it! Anyway, it was the Christmas that I got my gaming PC. I had a small inkling that Joe might get me a PC, or more of a hope, mainly because he already had one and we couldn't play anything together, so, you know, I needed one. It gets to Christmas Day, I wake up and Joe's got a full Santa sack of presents. I'm gonna knock that cat out. I've completely lost it. The cat is distracting me. She's licking the fucking carpet. Anyway, I wake up on Christmas Day and Joe's got a massive Santa sack of presents to give me. You name it, there was everything in there, and I thought, oh, I was wrong, I'm not getting a gaming PC, but I didn't care because I was super happy because I had all these other presents. Time passes through the day. I did notice that there was something very big wrapped up in the living room, but I knew his sister was getting a TV for Christmas, so I was like, oh, it's just obviously that. Well, no, it wasn't. It was a gaming PC that he'd built for me. I think he did get some help. But yeah, it was probably the best present that I've ever had, and ongoing as well. It's just my baby now. You know, I got home after Christmas and I set it all up and it looked like this. And I was so happy with it, and it was so cute, and I was just like, yes, I can finally play Overwatch with Joe. And 4 years on, and now my setup looks like this. Forget your weight loss transformations, your 24-hour glow ups. My PC setup has had glow up of the decade.
We always remember, like, opening big present last when we were kids, and you get a fucking N64 or a PlayStation, or if you're really lucky, a Dreamcast with a keyboard with internet access. But yeah, I mean, when you get asked the question, what's your most cherished gaming related Christmas memory or whatever the question was, everyone defaults to, well, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I would assume that a lot of people might default to getting a gaming related gift. You can't beat opening a Dreamcast and just seeing the graphics at the time, like playing Sonic Adventure and Power Stone, Jet Set Radio. They're all really fun games. But I remember with the Dreamcast, I got a keyboard, and the Dreamcast offered the ability to access the internet using it had an internet browser built into it. And I can't remember how old I was. What year did the Dreamcast come out? 1998. So yeah, I would have got it that Christmas. It came out the 27th of November 98, and I remember I would have got it Christmas 98. So before getting the Dreamcast, I'd never used the internet before. So I was obviously a bit excited, but also confused because I don't know how to operate the internet. I didn't know what to do. And I always I just had a one-track mind, video game cheats. just finding cheats for games, and I didn't understand how search engines worked. So I would just try like random websites like gamecheats.com, videogamecheats.com, dreamcastcheats.com, cheats for, just trying them all. Sometimes it'd work, but most of the time they didn't, and I just didn't know that you could use a search engine to make that much easier. But I would say what I cherish more than just getting like big gaming related gifts is probably a couple of years back now. A memory that I have of me and Joe and a lot of my friends coming over at Christmas, and we put on Volgar the Viking. And if you've not played Volgar the Viking, it's kind of like a 2D Souls-like platformer. So for anyone that's new to it, it's incredibly challenging and it requires a lot of trial and error. So we agreed to take it in turns to play it until you died, and then if you died, you had to pass the pad to the next person. But there were drinking rules incorporated, so every time you took a hit off an enemy, you had to drink, and every time you opened a chest, the rest of the room had to drink, and it didn't take very long for the entire room to be fucking smashed out of their face. And just seeing the gameplay just get worse and worse over time. And it was a lot of fun. Everyone had a good laugh. Even people who didn't really play video games had a go and enjoyed it. Brings a lot of joy and laughter, and it's just extremely entertaining. And I think that's probably one of the memories that I cherish the most about Christmas. I like to see people over Christmas, so
Good day and Feliz Navidad to the VGT community. My name is JD, and Joe has asked me back once again for this Christmas edition of VGT Asks with a question: what is your most cherished video game memory? In the year 2016, I had bought Joe a copy of Overwatch on PlayStation 4 for his birthday that year. I remember giving him that game and him going away, and a couple of weeks later messaging me and being like, dude, this game is amazing, game changing. A little backstory to this. So the VGT name stands for Video Game Therapy, as I'm sure you're aware. That name was born out of video game sessions that Joe and I used to have. I used to go around to his regularly on a Friday night after work. We used to spend hours and hours together playing video games, having a drink, having a good time. And that's where the name Video Game Therapy came out of, because it was like the end to the week and we would hang out and have a good time. I remember going for a couple of VGT sessions and playing Overwatch for the first time at Joe's house with Joe, and absolutely being like blown away by it. It was like the best game that I'd played in years. After those sessions, I would go home and I would be waxing lyrical about how good Overwatch was and how much fun I'd had playing it to my girlfriend. But I'd never like expressly said like, oh, I didn't have a PlayStation 4 of my own at this point, so I'd never expressly said that I wanted one or anything. But I was just like gushing about how much I loved like going and playing Overwatch and how much fun it was. Christmas 2016, my wonderful girlfriend Lucy and I spent Christmas together at the house that we were living in at the time. We had Christmas morning, we exchanged all of our presents. She got me an amazing haul, and I got her a really good haul for Christmas that year. And I remember, I thought we'd finished the gift giving to each other. I remember sitting there thinking, yeah, I've done pretty good this year. Like, I've probably just about beat Lucy on the present front. And we were both sat on the floor, and Lucy went, oh, you might just have one more present there. And in the excitement of opening all my others, I hadn't even noticed that even though I was, late 20s at this point, Lucy had made like a little flower imprint of some footprints by the front door, like Santa had walked in, and put them towards a chair that had a blanket over it. Like I say, I didn't even register it when I was opening my other presents. But then I noticed what she'd done, and I instantly like melted, because that's like a really cute thing to do, and it, Made me feel like a kid again. And I whipped this blanket back and there was one more present wrapped up there. Opened it up. What was it? PlayStation 4. Thank you very much for involving me once again, Joe. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. I know it's been a tough year. See you all soon.
So my most memorable Christmas memory is probably when we got the Nintendo Wii. So every Christmas we go to my grandparents. On the evening we're all there together, Grandma makes too much food and we're all stuffed, and yeah, so we took the Nintendo Wii round with us that we just got, and we got the Nintendo Sports. But yeah, so I remember taking it round and my grandparents' minds were absolutely blown by the fact that obviously it was so interactive and it could pick up your movements and things like this. So it was really cute seeing their reaction. But yeah, it was just really fun making memories with everybody and like making absolute fools of ourselves trying to do all these things on Nintendo Sport. Merry Christmas. I've got my Merry Skelly Christmas top on. And Happy New Year, everybody.
I finished.
And there you have it, our experts in the field and their most cherished gaming Christmas memories. Big up all those guys for getting involved in these videos. As always, I've left links in the description to the things that they're doing, so take a minute and go and support them. As always, thanks a million for watching, it means the world. Leave a like and comment, and if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button and join the fam. But before I go, just do me one favour, yeah? Even if it's just for Christmas Day, forget about everything that's going on in the world. Enjoy your Christmas Day, spend it with the people that you love, and have the best time. Merry Christmas to all, and I will see you in the next one.